Hey, Vaderdump here. Now, before we start, I do just want to say that I am recording this on a microphone on my mobile phone, and that I normally have a much more deeper, more resonant voice than the one you're hearing right now. And there's normally not as much background noise. Normally, I sound a little bit like James Earl Jones if he came from a really posh part of Yorkshire. Now, I'm going to get on and just talk about my little theory on the latest episode on Rick and Morty. And it's just about what Beth chose. Okay, so I'm just going to read it out from the little thing that I've got in front of me. I just posted onto Reddit. There's a little link underneath that you can go to and read this on Reddit. But just in case you don't want to read a whole wall of text, here's my take from my very own mouth with a little bit of Bloodborne in the background so you can watch something while listening to me. I don't have any Rick and Morty footage, and I don't actually really want to edit together loads of Rick and Morty footage, so I've just got loads of fights that I've had, and I've just put them in the background. Anyway, that's enough with the ridiculous introduction. I'm just gonna get on. Okay? So now that's out of the way, what did Beth choose? Now, as with a lot of stuff in Rick and Morty, the true answer is ambiguous and will probably never ever be known, unless us knowing the true answer helps Harmon and Roiland get out of some kind of plot conundrum they've weaved themselves into. We could find out next week. We could find out never. So until that time, all we have is speculation. Sweet, sweet speculation. The stuff the internet is made of. Now here's my speculation. Come join me as I try and convince myself that I have the answers that work for me, that I hope work for you, because agreeing on this type of shit is what makes us feel less lonely. In a universe that doesn't like the ride we're taking it for, or on, or in. Anyway, the themes of this season have been pretty straightforward on the whole, and we've seen a lot of family turmoil. In contrast to the sci-fi shenanigans, which are largely fireworks, like ex machina, gags, parodies, and just crazy fun shit that any writer would love to mess around with, the family turmoil leaves lasting impressions on the characters. It's one of the reasons Rick and Morty are such a wide audience. The characters don't exist in a stasis field. They grow, they change, they learn. At the start of the season, the family was taken apart. The subsequent episodes have all, in some way, dealt with how each character is affected by this huge change in their lives. The sci-fi shenanigans are just distractions from this very real event. What has been most gratifying is seeing how each character has an emotional depth when confronted with this very fact. We've seen Summer become more apathetic and distant, yet somehow more responsible. In part, she's responding to the irresponsibility she sees in the adults around her. Morty is becoming more knowledgeable, more competent, but also a little bit angry, as we saw when he Cronenberged that poor guy at the end of that other episode that I've forgotten the name of right now. Now Jerry, he's realizing that he isn't who he lies to himself that he is. You know, he's becoming more self-aware, and he's actually becoming more likable for that fact. Now, the most recent character to be put under the microscope is Beth. Now, for me, Beth really grows in this latest episode, The ABCs of Beth. As illustrated at the beginning of the episode, Beth is really, really bad at accepting blame. And it's this trait she shares with her father. In the past, she's blamed every negative aspect of her life on other people, namely Jerry. Her pregnancy is all Jerry's fault. The bad marriage, Jerry's fault. Any acting up the children do, Jerry's fault. Yet it takes two people to have unprotected sex, two people to say I do, and two people to raise a nuclear family. Why should Jerry shoulder all the blame? Especially if Beth is smarter, better looking, and stronger. Surely, if she's the alpha in the relationship, she should be the most in control. I have to say, I don't see Jerry hitting the bottle every 2 minutes. Now, Beth coming to terms with the life she's made for herself makes for really strong characterization. all of that, well, it's undone if she just gets her dad to make a clone so she can zip off and have consequence-free time away from the choices she has made. When I watched the episode, I had no question as to what Beth chose. Rick said to her, after giving her an out, "Then stay and luxuriate in the life that you finally know you've chosen." This is a huge hint. Beth has already chosen this life. She's created it herself. Now she's learnt to accept blame for her own mistakes. She can see that this is her life. Taking such high concept sci-fi get out clause is kind of bullshit, and she knows it. She touches her kids' photos, even Jerry's. She knows what she wants. Remember, she's just had a breakthrough with the one person she loves more than anything, whose approval she begs for, and he's just offered to give her more than anyone else could. Why would she abandon him? Why would she abandon this love? For me, Beth staying fits wholly with the themes of this season and shows growth and change, something Rick and Morty weirdly does better than nearly all the shows out there. To say Beth jumped ship negates this whole arc. Also, now if that doesn't convince you, here's another little Reddit thing to pick out. One of the little bits in the show that's just so fast you might miss it if you blink or if you just stop listening just for a second. Just as Rick gives her the get out chords, he says to her, "Don't jump a gift shark in the mouth." Don't jump a gift shark in the mouth. This is right after giving Beth the clone offer. Anyone who is anyone knows that jumping the shark means, well, I'll give you a quote from Wikipedia. It means the moment when an established long-running series changes in a significant manner in an attempt to stay fresh. Ironically, that moment makes the viewers realize that the show's finally run out of ideas. Harmon and Roiland are saying, well, whoever wrote that line, whoever put that line in there, they're saying that, well, if they follow this up, you know they've lost their shit. They're telling us point blank the very idea is bullshit. It's a very purposeful line. Also, Rick looks really happy at the end. He doesn't think twice about getting the pizza, and he tells Beth he loves her. I don't think he's going to be telling a clone he loves her. You see, you've got these 3 huge signposts right here. Look at where they're pointing. Now, with infinite universes, I can't say I'm 100% right. I just hope, for Beth's sake, and for Rick's sake, and the rest of the family, that I am. Wubba-lubba-dub-dub. But I'm getting better every day.